this is that particular time where you realize that your bowling attack was not good enough, even with Jasprit Bumrah being a part of it. Like you could not pick up 20 wickets. That is how you win test matches, right? You pick up 20 wickets, and for picking 20 wickets, you have to pick the right bowlers for the right conditions.
See, this coaching setup is like the weather department. Bolega, today rainfall will happen. It will not happen. 100% it will not happen. But what Australia taught us was, if Bumrah was not there, you're bust. Bumrah or bust is what.
Prasidh, oh my God. Prasidh, I saw a meme on social media which said that Prasidh's economy in tests is equal to Bumrah's economy in T20s.
According to you, what is the right combination?
Now, what do you mean by what will it do to his confidence? Was he not thinking of his confidence while bowling that shit bowling lineup?
Like we promised last week, we are back in another episode of Sledging Room before the second test in Birmingham. Saurabh, welcome back. Saurabh missed the last episode because he was hoping for an Indian win and it didn't happen. He had to take a break. Today we don't have Alan. Saurabh is here. Kingshuk is here. My big question for the second test, Saurabh, let's dive straight into the topic, is it time to hit the panic button, or should we just give a little bit of leeway to everyone that is concerned, from the players to the coaches? Should we think about dropping someone? Yes, there is news about Jasprit Bumrah likely that he might not play this test match. Is it not the right time to hit the panic button? Are we overreacting after the first test defeat?
No, if you ask me, this is that particular time where you realize that your bowling attack was not good enough, even with Jasprit Bumrah being a part of it. Like you could not pick up 20 wickets. That is how you win test matches, right? You pick up 20 wickets, and for picking 20 wickets, you have to pick the right bowlers for the right conditions. Did we pick the right bowlers for the first test?
Jasprit Bumrah.
Only one bowler. Apart from him, who do you think actually... Prasidh, oh my God. Prasidh, I saw a meme on social media which said that Prasidh's economy in tests is equal to Bumrah's economy in T20s. So if your bowler is leaking runs at over 6 runs per over in a test match where England are bass bowling, it's not a good news for you. And as much as I like Prasidh for what he did in the IPL, this first test match is currently an indication of Prasidh Krishna is not the bowler who you will field in a test match in England. He's a hit-direct bowler who will succeed maybe in Australia, maybe in South Africa, but maybe in India also. But in England, I doubt it. Especially when you have bowlers like Akashdeep, you have bowlers like Ashdeep sitting in your dressing room. So it's not about panic button, but yes, even if Bumrah plays, even if Bumrah not playing, you have to change that bowling attack. Because again, the same thing happened in the first test.
So the coach came out after the first test.
Yeah.
He spoke in the press conference in Leeds and he said, we are not going to think like how the outside thinks. This bowling attack, this bowling group, he said, was not chosen for just this tour. We want to build a pace battery that will serve Indian cricket for a long time. I'm just asking you, Saurabh. Prasidh plays one game. He concedes at 6. In fact, did well in the second innings, decently well in the second innings. And then now you say, Prasidh, go carry water for the rest of the series.
If Prasidh would have done well in the second innings, he would have won the match.
As in, he picked up 2 wickets.
He did, but
Even Shardul picked up 2
the
wickets.
game was gone.
I'm saying relatively.
Okay.
If I turn up badly for work one day and the next day I do one extra video or one extra copy, then that is relatively better, right? That's how we judge.
Yeah, but that's the Prasidh.
No, but I'm asking
the
him.
Prasidh jump
I'm
is from
asking
zero.
both of you.
Yeah.
Prasidh jump is from 0 to 1.
Minus 2
it's
to
not
0.
from 7
Minus
to
2
9.
to 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm asking both of you. So you will push Prasidh out of the team. What will that do to his confidence? Or should India think about all that now, or should they think about getting the combination right?
So
according to you, what is the right combination?
No, what do you mean by what will it do to his confidence? Was he not thinking of his confidence while bowling that shit bowling lineup? What was his bowling? He was getting smacked left and right. He picked up 2 wickets. Good for him. Great for him. Even Shardul picked up 2 wickets. So, will you play Shardul all test matches because he picked 2 wickets in the second innings? I don't think so. You are there to win a test series. Fine. Yes, you are fielding a young team, but that does not mean that you have given up the series. You will want to win the series, right?
Who are some of India's best pacers, Saurabh, after 2010, after the Zahir Khan era?
Yeah, there are many pacers who are very good. We had Shami.
Yeah.
We had Ishant. Ishant was a workhorse. So it was because of the likes of Ishant and Shami and Umesh that Bumrah was not over bowling. Bumrah was bowling on crucial junctures, picking up wickets and getting away.
Barring Ishant's, that Australia tour, take any of these three pacers, first few England tours or Australia tours, and see what they have done. And we are talking about Prasidh bowling shit and all that. We are being too critical is what I think.
No, but your question was about
in
panic
his fourth
button.
Test match. Panic button, yes.
Your question wasn't about
yes.
Prasidh.
When we analyze like this, like saying that, okay, he did not bowl well, he should be now sideline him. Is that not panic button?
No, you tell me one simple thing. That is what I am asking you. Why do you think was Rohit Sharma let go of his captain? And why did he have to retire?
Lack of runs.
Lack of runs. Fine.
Team not winning.
One series, he did not score.
Team not
Before
winning.
that, he was your best batter in the entire WT cycle, last two WT cycles. But you had to let him go. Fine. Virat Kohli was let go of. Ashwin, for all that matter, one bad series, right? That New Zealand series where he performed poorly. Yeah. And then he was not paid in the first test, second test.
And then a little bit of reality check overseas.
Oh, reality check. For Ashwin, it's reality check. For Prasidh Krishna, it's nothing.
No, I'm not saying that persist with Prasidh Krishna.
Yeah.
But if you have a plan, will you follow that or will you not?
No, it's not about following the plan. I am never saying Prasidh is a bad bowler. Yeah. What I am saying is Prasidh is a hit-the-deck bowler.
Yes.
And in England, you need bowlers who can use the seam and seam.
Yes.
And you have got bowlers in your lineup there. You've got Akashdeep. Why is he not playing? He was like-to-like replacement for Shami, right? He bowls exactly how Shami bowls.
Exactly. How I would look at it is, it's not Prasidh's fault that he was picked for this.
Yeah.
And he himself in that press conference a couple of days ago, in Birmingham only, he spoke about how I should improve. I cannot use these as excuses. That he was finding the slope a little bit difficult. And he conceded that I bowled very short. And then whenever he bowled full or whenever he bowled, good bouncers, he got rewards. But he was astray. But again, we have done this mistake again and again, Saurabh. When you pointed out that Gambhir had picked Akashdeep for a bouncy pitch in Australia and Harshit Rana for a seaming pitch. And then again we do the mistake. Prasidh Krishna. Greg Chappell in his column for ESPN has written that India have picked similar bowlers for the first test. If you look at it, Bumrah, Siraj and Prasidh. Bumrah, yes, he can bowl those fuller lengths. Siraj is again hit the deck and a little good length. But again, they are seam bowlers.
But again, whatever you pointed out that I had said earlier, who is the guy who's making mistakes? So earlier it was the captain and coach.
But that is what I actually wanted to point out.
Yeah.
So
I am not questioning Prasidh Krishna for that matter. I am questioning that management. That you are making the wrong decisions. And then the player will fail because it does not suit him, the conditions. And then you will throw him out.
But see, have we not hit the panic button since the New Zealand loss at home?
Exactly.
New Zealand loss के बाद the excuse was 12 years में तो one time हो सकता है. ठीक है, हो सकता है, definitely. But then we went to Australia and we were absolutely hammered there. Things changed. We definitely BCCI hit the panic button, but the panic button was hit in odd places. Luggage कम करो, बीवी बच्चा को होटल से निकाल दो. There are several other things the whole diktat, the 10-pointer diktat that came after that. So we did hit the panic button, but there are jobs that survived. We threw out our batting coach. We threw out our strength and conditioning coach. We don't have a strength and conditioning coach at the moment with the Indian team. But there is one person, Gautam Gambhir, who has survived through these last two series and probably will survive also through England. The question is, how longer can you give him with the series of mistakes that he has committed over the course of the last 10 test matches?
I think 4 more tests is what
absolutely. I will give him 4 more tests.
Yeah.
And after that, maybe it's time for him to go. Because as a coach of Indian national men's cricket team, you can't lose 3 back-to-back test series. First at home and do 2 away in Australia and England. You just can't afford that, right? So again, I'm saying
even Pakistan won't be this tolerant, I think.
It's as simple as it is not just about Prasidh Krishna. It is also about how if you're selecting a player. So Akshay, you said if you drop him, won't it affect your confidence? I am asking this team management. You played Shardul. Did you use him well? How do you use him?
My question also is, Akashdeep was your frontline option in Australia.
Yeah.
Why did you not start him? These are questions.
Nitish Kumar Reddy was your frontline
Yeah.
all-rounder
Yeah.
in Australia.
See,
Had an
that-
exceptional
that
series.
we could understand. Maybe
No,
play,
I cannot understand. I'm
maybe
sorry.
play him as a specialist batter. That could have been done,
No,
but
no.
not as a
No,
fast
but
bowling all-rounder.
No, why I cannot
No,
understand. Why I
not
agree.
like Shardul bowled like 20 overs in that game.
But
No.
still,
in an innings.
Before this series started, 10 days before this series started, I was the one who said Nitish Reddy will not play, Shardul will play. Then I see a press conference from the Indian bowling coach, Mohammed Siraj, who says that I see a bowler in Nitish
Yes.
who can give me crucial breakthroughs and he can be more than a regular bowler.
And he was
I'm
increasing
working
his
on it.
bowling load also.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
So if you're working on it, you backed him. Where was he? He was not in the playing 11. So what was that working on it? What was that press conference? That is my problem with this coaching setup. Where is
they
the clarity?
say something. Yeah.
Like
when
when Ravi Shastri was the coach, he backed Bumrah and he gave Bumrah the debut in South Africa in 2018. And then you see what Bumrah became.
Yeah.
That pace battery, it was not just Virat Kohli's pace battery. It was Bharat Arun, Ravi Shastri. All these coaches were involved equally in the decision making. And the decisions paid.
See, this coaching setup is like the weather department. Bolega, "Aaj, today rainfall will happen." It will not happen. 100% it will not happen.
But my question is, what has happened to the India Space Reserve? Like, is it? See, we might say that that era where the quartet of Shami, Bumrah, Ishant, and
Umesh.
they dominated at home and away conditions. But what has happened after that? Two different coaching regimes. I'm not just talking about Gautam Gambhir.
Yeah,
A
absolutely.
little bit of Rahul Dravid as well.
Mm-hmm.
Umesh Yadav suddenly disappeared from the scene. Ishant Sharma, of course, had injury concerns and he couldn't break back into the team. Shami, unfortunately, is going through an extended injury period. And suddenly, after playing Champions Trophy, we say that his workload is not good enough for tests.
But
So Bumrah is the lone standing bowler.
This injury issues also. This also falls on the coaching setup and the medical staff. Now, Mayank Yadav bowls 6 balls, he gets injured. Anshul Kamboj you carried to England and he
Yeah.
bowled sensationally well and you sent him back home. You added Harshit Rana as an injury cover for some odd reason and then obviously sent him back as well after backlash came. Mukesh Kumar, who has been in your test setup, has told he was not selected. And who else am I thinking? Khalil Ahmed, somebody in the last podcast comments mentioned that you guys are ignoring Khalil Ahmed as a left arm option. That is true.
Did well in...
Yeah, he did well in England.
He's now playing county.
He's not playing county.
That is true. That he was not considered. So all of these questions remain and everywhere. And there are other players also on the sidelines. There is this Gujarat, there is this pacer called as Arjan Nagaswala.
Yeah, he's a left arm pacer.
He's a left arm pacer. He was a great left arm option a couple of years back.
He broke on the scene, I think,
Yeah.
3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, and
but
we have
he's
no clue what he's
nowhere to be
doing.
seen.
I think
And he was actually carried as a net bowler to England last time we toured England. But
Yes, Dayal, again a left arm option. What is happening there?
So when Akshay, you asked that question, what will it do to the confidence of the bowler? So if Mukesh Kumar is coming out and posting an Instagram story, it is definitely denting his confidence that he was part of the India A setup, but he does not get to play, or he was not even part of the squad that is playing the test series.
Again and again we are hitting home this point. I think this coaching staff led by Mr. Gautam Gambhir says the right things, but I don't know whether they execute it on the field. As in, like, when you say that, okay, I want to build a pace battery that will dominate for a long time, say the next decade, you need to back the right people, I think. As in, like, when you send a message that you are flying Harshit Rana into the squad and he was suddenly released before the second test, ahead of someone like Mukesh Kumar and Anshul Kamboj who have done well. It's not like Harshit played 2 full domestic seasons to earn his maiden test call-up in Australia. That was also a left field choice.
Yeah.
So why not an Anshul Kamboj as a left field choice? Why not someone who has done well in domestic cricket as a left field choice? As in fact, a more sensible choice also. It will be a more sensible choice, right?
And a lot of the blame falls on BCCI as well. I remember last year they exclusively mentioned fast bowling contracts for several pacers.
Exactly.
It was taken away this year.
Why? Why was it introduced at the first place if you had to take it away?
It's just so odd.
It was such a great move.
Yeah, I thought it was a great move. Because
Because
fast bowlers need a lot of care.
Absolutely.
Mayank Yadav was there. A couple more.
Mayank was there. I think Umran was there. I think one Bengal pacer. I think Akashdeep or Mukesh Kumar were there.
Yeah.
And there was a set of youngsters who were up and coming were also there. But
So when you
removed.
actually come out in a press conference and say that we want to build a pace battery for the future, how are you building that pace battery? You know,
By
Bumrah
backing them across 5 tests in England.
yeah, or maybe rotating them well.
Yes.
Because Bumrah has broken down because of the team management's foolishry.
Yeah.
He was made to play a 5-match test series in India. 1 match he did not play.
3+2.
Yeah.
3+2.
Yeah.
2 Bangladesh tests, I still can't understand.
why
See,
did he
no
play?
disrespect to that Bangladesh team.
Yeah.
But why will you play Bumrah for the 2 Bangladesh tests? Just because it was Gambhir's first assignment as coach? Is that so?
Yeah.
And then you thought you will win a couple of tests against New Zealand and rest him, but it didn't go according to the script. And then in India, you have to play the IPL. There is no other way around it. Can we do something around that for Bumrah? Should he be allowed to skip IPL?
No, I don't have a problem with him playing IPL. 4 overs per match, 14 matches you have to play. In a test match, in a day you are bowling 20 overs, 15 overs. So it's a completely different setup. What we should actually do is, you should actually give Bumrah that rest when he is playing. And you can give him that rest when you pick up the right bowlers for the right conditions.
Yeah.
Like if Akashdeep was there, maybe, I don't know if it might have happened or not, maybe he might have shouldered the burden, and Bumrah would have bowled less overs in England tour. I thought...
Australia or
England. I thought you must have learned, this coaching management must have learned something from that Australia tour. Yes, you lost the series, you could not reach the final. Okay, it's over, it's past. Bumrah broke down. Why? Because you overused him. Now what? Now you play him sensibly. Before the test series, when the team was announced, Agarkar comes out and he says all about workload management and all. Okay, tell me one simple thing. Even if Bumrah plays only 3 test matches and you are bowling him like this,
45 overs in a game.
How is it viable? How are you using him? So because the same thing is happening, I heard and even we say it, when India is playing, India is bowling, what we do is, okay, let's do one thing, give the ball to Bumrah and let's hope he picks up wickets. And if he does not pick the wicket, we are doomed. Why? Because you're not preparing a pace batting lineup.
Yeah.
I think
the
2023
two series
World
are
Cup.
called, as in there are so much discussion about whether it should be called Border Gavaskar, Anderson-Tendulkar or Pataudi, but social media has a completely different name for these 2 series. It's Bumrah Bachao series. So that's how it has panned out.
Yeah.
I also didn't understand why you would very well ahead of the series, you would come out and say that Bumrah is going to play only 3 tests. As in, so many people, A.B. de Villiers in his YouTube show just couldn't understand it. As in, like, yes, I understand he compared that with Dale Stein's workload management. He said that we managed Dale Stein's workload very well by not playing him in the small bilateral series and all that. Of course, Bumrah has not also been playing those small bilateral series, but when Dale Stein had a Philander, a Morkel, and who else? Everybody else for company. In a test match, yes, whenever he used to overexert himself, it was up to him, right? It was up to him to say that, okay, I want to bowl, I want to crack open these spells. It was not like Rohit was using Bumrah like one, it looked like Django Unchained. It looked like I was watching Django Unchained. And Bumrah was asleep. Whenever there was a wicket needed. Yes, as in this Bumrah situation is making him, as in it looks like some people are asking, why will Bumrah only play 3 tests? Bumrah also has to think about how long I should play for India. It is making him, like, again, he was supposed to be the captain. The captaincy has slipped out. All this management issues is affecting the player as well as the team. I don't know what is the solution for this. In England, what will be the immediate solution? Tell me that. In Birmingham, Saurabh, if he is not going to play the second test, what will it be?
I will simply do one thing.
Or should he play the second test or not? No.
I think that is a decision which the team management will make, but I don't think you should play this. Why? Because historically this has been a batting favored track.
Yes.
Fine. And my simple concern is, if you have made Bumrah bowl 45 overs and then in a span of 5 days you want him to play the next test match, it's not going to help you, because again you're going to make him bowl 40-45
but
overs.
number
big
2
gap
and 3
between like a 10-day gap between the second and the third test.
Number 2
or
and
8
3
day.
number 2 and 3 follow each other quickly, isn't it?
No.
I think there is a big gap. Wait.
No.
Number 2 and 3 follow each other very quickly.
Number 3 and number 4 have a big day gap.
Number 3 and number 4 have a 7 or 8 days.
So you can play him the third test and then you can play him maybe the 4th test.
By then you'll be 3-0 or 4-0.
Yeah, exactly. I don't agree to that at all. Because second test Birmingham is essentially where you can potentially make a comeback, tie it up 1-1.
Yeah, in 2022, Bumrah picked up 7 wickets in the second innings.
And who won?
India won that match. Johnny Bairstow poked Virat Kohli.
Oh my God.
Virat went on to score a fourth innings 100.
You know, historically, you have never won a test match at Edgbaston. Never. Never.
Like, that is what
One drawn test match, and that also came before we all were born, 1986.
He was born.
But that is what you guys said about Gaba. If you head into this mindset, no, I have never won a match there, I won't win it.
But then we had a coach called Ravi Shastri. Who was the captain? Ajinkya Rahane. Who is the captain right now? Shubman Gill. Why? I will not put too much pressure on that young guy who is leading just his second test match.
And then you will snatch Bumrah. Take his only wicket taking option away.
If it is a batting friendly, if it is going to be a batting friendly series, don't be afraid and like pull out a big tail. Put your 5 batsmen in, give them the responsibility.
Of course they have. That is what they have to realize. Yeah, that is they should realize that they don't have Virat and Rohit now. So we
can score
wickets.
runs.
Yes,
we did score runs.
Fair.
Two walking wickets out of the team.
Yeah.
You are scoring runs, right?
Yeah. So earlier it was always about the top order not scoring runs.
Yes. So now that's why we are beefing up the batting. Now it's inexperience. When will you trust your batters to do their job and relieve bowlers of that extra burden?
I will 100% put
yes,
Kuldeep into the next test
of course, that collapse that we keep talking about. There are two different things. That collapse that we keep talking about, the bowlers not showing enough, fight in the middle, that is completely another thing. But if you want to, before going into a match, if you think that your bowlers will give you 100 extra runs, that's not something that's going to work. If you score 350 and if that doesn't become 450, then you can question them. But to think that, the bowler should bat 600
my biggest concern, it was see, obviously
nobody has given me a solution. Yeah, go for it.
We can't give solutions because the man who
I can give solutions.
No, what is the plan for Birmingham?
The plan for Birmingham is simple. If you're not playing Bumrah, then you should play Arshdeep and Akashdeep, both of them. And you should rest.
One guy goes out,
two come in.
Sorry?
Bumrah
goes out and then Akashdeep comes in to replace Bumrah. And then you have to bench
Prasidh.
Shardul or Prasidh. You can't be playing both of them.
Yeah.
Because last test match, it was not like he did not have bowlers. Those bowlers did not do their job.
Exactly.
You're playing with 4 pacers, 1 spinner. Apart from Bumrah, none of them looked effective.
Yeah.
Shardul picked 2 wickets. Those were like 2 lucky wickets he got. Fine. And then Prasidh Krishna, great bowling in the last session. 3 or 4 good overs. Yeah, according to Akshay. 3 or 4 good.
But by that time, the match had already slipped away.
Yeah.
That is what I'm telling you. And this is why you need bowlers who can actually... And one more thing. Okay? This is very simple for me. I don't know about you guys. I am not expecting this side to win this test match. But at least if I am Shubman Gill, and I know because I need to find out solutions around Bumrah. Even if you play Bumrah this test match and if he breaks down, if he does not play the next 3 matches, it's not going to help you anyhow.
Yeah.
And again, you have to play ICC tournaments. So Bumrah's fitness has to be managed very, very importantly.
There is an Asia Cup that needs to be played.
Yeah.
Bumrah has to be fit for that.
Then you have next year, you have to play T20 World Cup.
Yeah.
After that, you have to play a 50 over World Cup.
Before that, you have to play the home season also.
Yeah.
South Africa
so
and West
Bumrah
Indies are
is...
coming home.
So you need to understand, if I am Gill, if I am the captain, I need to sit and chalk out a plan where I say, okay, Bumrah bhai can come in. But before that, I have to chalk out a plan where I have other bowlers who can do the job for me. And that is where I have to have that conversation with my coach. कि सर ये मेरा प्लान है, आप बताओ कि ये जो bowlers आप लेकर आऊँ, can these guys do the job?
And sometimes it's also good to be without your, leader and just go and do it. Like the Gaba test, nobody gave us a chance. That bowling unit, Siraj was your most experienced bowler. Shardul probably was there. And T. Natarajan. T. Natarajan was a net bowler in that series. He was brought into the side. Who else? Washington Sundar. Did we have a 5th bowler at all? Navdeep Saini. He got injured in the second innings. So with that bowling unit, and that was also a relatively flat pitch in Gaba, as in like not as benign as these England wickets. But again, India chased 320 odd in the final innings. But still got the job done, right? So that's when Gambhir himself has said that in the press conference. He pointed out that, okay, in Champions Trophy, we did it without Bumrah. If Bumrah is not available, we won't change our plan, is what he said after the first test defeat. That the team's plan will be Bumrah will play only 3 tests. But he expects someone else to step up, put their hand up. If that happens, it's good for us.
Then why did you bring Harshit Rana in and send him
That
back.
was
That
for an
doesn't
injury
make any
cover.
sense.
He explained that as well.
Like I keep thinking that the kind of wickets that we are going to play in, what would Geoffrey Boycott would have said about these wickets? Right? He was anyway pissed with Gambhir that he scores runs in flat wickets in India and doesn't do anything in England. What would he say here? So, in that respect, should the plan be like, okay, we are playing in India. What are we going to do if we were going to play in India? Should we play two spinners instead? Should we chuck out that bowling all-rounder role entirely? Because India doesn't play with bowling all-rounders in India. It's 5+6 or 6+5, whatever that is.
They play 3 all-rounders.
Yeah, everyone is
With
an
bowling
all-rounder.
all-rounders.
So, I was thinking that should Kuldeep come in?
Okay.
And should we just carry the same bowling lineup minus Shardul Thakur?
Okay, so Kuldeep replaces Shardul.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you let your batters do whatever they can. And then that gives you an additional option of picking better wickets with Kuldeep and Jadeja in. One of the things that I thought with the first test match was that whenever fast overs were needed, so 10 overs before lunch, it's Jadeja Bumrah. Can we have Kuldeep and Jadeja in a different phase of the play instead to make it fast moving, to set tighter fields in?
One thing with the way Jadeja was handled and the way Jadeja were bowled in the first innings is that they never looked to pick wickets with him. Like you said, whenever they had to head into a sessions close, whenever they had to, give someone a breather. Of course, with Jadeja, you can't even give the other bowler
It's
a breather.
not much of a
Finishes
breather.
an over in 45 seconds. But the way, I don't know whether it was him or whether the way he was used, he did not look like he was going to attack. He was trying to survive Ben Duckett. Ben Duckett smashed him in that second innings. And after that, he never looked like he was someone who's going to target the stumps and get wickets.
Outside of India, when was the last time that you ever saw Jadeja in that role? Or for that matter, with the ability to also, bowl and win a test match?
2021 series in England.
Bus. So that's 4 years back.
After that, how many series did we play?
And does that... Uske baad Australia to gaya.
Australia gaya, we went to South Africa.
This Australia tour, I'm not sure what he did, but in that 2021 series, he was used as a really an attacking bowler. He picked up that Hasib Hamid's wicket from around the wicket. He used to come over the wicket, get Moeen Ali caught at short leg. We didn't have a bowling plan at all. That was something that kind of irked me. Like you said, but Saurabh, you're right. I just wanted to poke you at that point, asking whether Prasidh Krishna should go out or not. Maybe if you have a better bowler who can naturally hit that length, that fuller, good length, maybe go for him. Maybe give Arshdeep a go now. But if you give Arshdeep a go now, you should persist with him for a couple of tests. If you give Akashdeep a go now, you must have to persist with him for a couple of tests. And Siraj is your leader then if Bumrah doesn't play. For me, it's Siraj is my leader if Bumrah doesn't play. And then Akashdeep.
And then you know what?
Arshdeep, Kuldeep and Jadeja.
Siraj is the leader in this match if Bumrah does not play. Agreed, 100%. Now I have one more concern. And that concern is the workload of Siraj.
Yes.
The amount of overs Siraj has not got wickets, but the amount of overs that he bowls for India.
He's bowled more than Bumrah, I think, in the last match.
Exactly. He has done. So you need to manage because someday he will also fall.
But we managed him by not taking him for Champions Trophy.
Oh, that is a different thing.
But also Siraj is a different bowler than Bumrah, so he has his body can take bigger workloads. I'm not saying that he's not injury free.
Agreed, 100% agreed. But still, you need to manage. That is what my simple point is. You need to have a pool of 5-6 fast bowlers who can pick you wickets. And you don't need to play one fast bowler in every match of every series. You understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like earlier, even if Bumrah played almost every test match since his debut, he knew that there was a horse in Ishant Sharma who will take the workload. He will bowl those long spells and he will get you wickets also. So it's not just about bowling long spells because Siraj is bowling long spells, but he's not getting the wickets. I don't know what has happened to him, but he's just not getting.
He was quite unlucky in the second innings of the match.
He was.
He beat a lot of outside edges and a lot of inside edges and did not get the wickets. I am decently hopeful that Siraj will do much better in the second.
And that is what I am saying because I remember, this is a very, very off-field example that I am giving you. So I was watching, you guys must have seen that T20 World Cup final between Pakistan and England. You remember 2022?
Shaheen Afridi.
Naseem Shah bowled exceptionally well, but he did not get wickets. So when Salman was asked, how do you feel about Naseem Shah? He's such a great bowler. He's like, wait a minute. He's a good bowler. He can trouble the batsman. But if he's not getting the wickets, he's not a great bowler. You're not lucky, I understand, but you have to make yourself lucky.
No, for long we have been saying that Shami is very unlucky in England. Shami was very unlucky in England. But in 2021, what he did was he just moved that ball a little fuller. There were statistics from that tour, like how Shami bowled a little fuller and got the rewards for it.
That is what Salman Bhatt was saying about Naseem Shah. That if I don't know what the coaching management does, because it's not just a job of the bowler, it's him and the bowling coach and the captain's job to look, okay, you're doing this, but you're not getting wickets. What more should we do?
I remember exactly what he said. He said that the problem with Naseem Shah is that his outswingers start moving from outside of the off stump.
Yes.
So while
And
it
go to
looks
the first
great,
hit.
while it looks great on TV, it's useless against any batter. It's a great point actually, because like you said, that Prasidh in the first innings, he concedes that I have bowled short and I wasn't used to these conditions. It's the coaching staff's job to make them get used to the conditions. And
like we discussed in the last episode also, there was nothing hands-on. There was no messages being sent from the dressing room.
that doesn't happen, I think, under Gambhir.
No, I thought Gambhir was not doing it because probably Rohit and Virat were there to take care of stuff. Okay. But now with that young team, probably he should be more hands-on.
That is what
he
I
should
believe.
be more like Ashish Nehra sitting on the boundary rope.
You know, in this room only, when Mohammed Mughal was appointed the bowling coach, I was the one who told you, okay, Akshay, I was not very happy with Paras Mahabre as our bowling coach. We suffered overseas. I hope when Mohammed Mughal comes, he brings back that sting with him. It has just not happened.
So you now know it was not Pakistan's mistake. It was Mohammed Mughal's mistake that people didn't, thrive there.
So that is what I'm telling you. So as a bowling coach, and for a bowling coach who is relatively young and who has played on these pitches across the world, who knows what it takes to manage your body and pick wickets. If he cannot help this bowling lineup, if he cannot help a Siraj just tweak his length a little bit so they can get more wickets, I don't know who will. And if
questions should be asked of him as well.
The whole coaching department. Okay, so you and BCCI for all that matter. We did not touch upon the fielding matter. I thought you guys must have touched it in the last episode. I was not there.
Yes.
So T. Dilip was sacked. He was brought back. Fielding has not improved. You are giving fielding medals in all other series. And Sunil Gavaskar pointed out, India is not going to give any fielding medals in this test match.
Yeah.
So many dropped catches.
Yeah.
Okay, Kingshuk did a copy where Alistair Cook explained why so many catches are being dropped. I agree, I understand. But still, at a professional level, you are supposed to take those catches. Because catches win you matches. Your bowlers will create opportunities. Bumrah created so many opportunities.
Yeah.
You could have taken that 5-wicket haul in the first innings on day one only. Yeah. But you could not hold on to those catches. So the fielding needs to be reworked. The bowling needs to be reworked. The batting order needs to be reworked. I don't know why Nitish Reddy was dropped. So the entire team management, the coach, I don't know who is the batting coach. Is there a batting coach?
Sitanshu Kotak.
Okay,
he replaced Abhishek Nair.
Okay, he came in and before the Champions Trophy, we won the Champions Trophy.
Yeah. Yes.
The bowling coach is Mohammed Mughal. Then we have fielding coach T. Dilip.
In Ryan Tendulkar.
All these people there, are we improving? I will not question any player. I will question these people. Because these are young team.
It's not like they're not putting in effort.
Okay, Virat koi nahi hai na that, okay, I will not expect the coach to go and tell him, okay, you're not doing this right or you're not doing that right. Now you have let go of Virat, Ashwin, Rohit, done. Maybe very soon you might see the back of Jadeja also. You never know. You have got a completely young side. You wanted a young captain. You have that. Where is the improvement? Where is the fight to improve? England scored 180 without a loss of any wicket.
And this is a very important point.
It's a great point. It's Gambhir saying that it's not about this series and it's about building a big pace battery for the future. It has the same vibe as Rohit Sharma that 12 saal mein to ek baar hota hi rehta hai.
Exactly.
It's just excuses.
One thing is that we spoke about fight, right? 2018 in South Africa, in the Bumrah's debut series, we lost 2-1. Yeah. But if anybody can remember that series,
absolutely,
it was fiercely fought. Like 2021 England, yes, we drew 2-2, but those two tests in England, and we gave them a run for their money.
We would have won if the test series would have continued.
Yeah, because if the COVID hadn't come, if they hadn't run back for IPL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my question is, take Bumrah out of this squad and see whether there was fight in Australia.
Yeah.
See whether there will be fight in England. Probably there will be. It's still early days in England tour.
Yeah.
But what Australia taught us was, if Bumrah was not there, you're bust. Bumrah or bust is what it was there. That's a concerning sign.
That is.
But I don't think there is a quick, like Gautam, you can ridicule Gambhir's statement how much ever you want. But Shami, Umesh and Ishant didn't become Shami, Umesh and Ishant of their prime in the first 2-3 years of their careers, right?
Okay, agreed.
So, but maybe we are expecting, maybe we need to understand, maybe we need to realize that we might go through another Dhoni-like transition period where we might be blanked in Australia and England. Unfortunately, Bumrah is there to not let that happen. But we might have to understand that maybe transition bowling is a lot more difficult than transition batting.
But transition bowling, if that's the case for India, it's also the case for England. It's not like you have gone in Australia against a well-set Australian bowling attack who have been doing this for a decade. English bowling attack is as inexperienced as us.
Yeah. But they still have playing in their home conditions, tongue and cars. You didn't expect them to do that well.
Akshay, one question to you. You said, what did you say? You say that Shami, Bumrah, Ishant did not become Shami, Bumrah overnight. Fine. Were they given long runs? Tell me, what was your bowling lineup in the last test match in Australia? Do you remember the fast bowling lineup?
Siraj.
Okay.
Akash.
Okay.
Bumrah.
Bumrah was not there.
Last
He was
test
there.
match
He got
there.
injured in midway. Yeah.
Harshit. No, he didn't play.
Okay.
Harshit played or not?
I don't remember Harshit,
Nitish
but
Reddy.
Nitish,
Okay.
obviously.
Fine.
Ravindra Kumar.
Okay. Now compare this bowling attack to the bowling attack you have for first test in England, because this is your first overseas test after that test.
Prasidh was there in that test as well, Sydney. He picked up wickets in that test.
Fine. Now, my simple concern, which I have always raised, as a coach, my biggest problem with Gambhir is, I'm again saying that he has been a great coach for limited overs, but for test cricket, I don't know if he does not understand it, or if there is a problem in the communication, that he does not pick the right team for the right pitches. When you're playing in England, okay, your batting lineup is great. It scored runs. Good. Flat tracks, but you scored runs. Credit to you. 500s. Your lower order field, again, a problem. You need to sort it out. Fielding problem, you need to sort it out. But your bowling, like you said, what after Bumrah? I don't want Bumrah to play this test match because I don't want to sacrifice Bumrah for one test match. I am simply telling this to you. Because
But for 14 IPL matches, you are ready to sacrifice him.
no, Bumrah did not play all IPL matches. Did he play all IPL matches? No, he did not.
12 or 11 he played for
He
sure.
played 10 matches.
Of course.
He played
Why
10
not skip the IPL and get ready for England?
He did not play a couple of matches. And if you talk about skip
That was because
IPL,
he was injured, not
I
because
suppose
he was
if you
fit.
want him to skip IPL, isn't BCI the owner of IPL? So will BCI not take the call?
Who is taking the call, Saurabh? You and I know that the franchise owners are taking the call.
Obviously, they will take the calls. They have paid him the highest amount of money that they have shelled out on any player. They will want him to play as many matches as they want him to play.
The BCCI also would want them to play because again,
You want the
your own
revenues.
product.
You want the revenues. It's your own product. If you're inviting the best player from the world, you want your best player to play. And Bumrah is your best player across the formats. He is your true game changer. So now, instead of blaming the IPL, which has given you so many talents, you should blame the management of this current coach, the BCCI selectors. I have a lot of problem with this management. Every time you see, even in batting, you see, great that this guy scored runs. If this guy had not scored runs, you would have seen questions popping out like, where is Sarfaraz? He scored 100 in England. Why was he not part of the squad? Why was he let go off? So my problem is with this team, entirely team setup.
Consistency in terms of
Yeah.
selection. I think you came to say that point only. Akashdeep played a couple of matches, but didn't start here. Yeah, I understand that.
This is the problem I tried explaining.
No, but
to
my
you
question
in the
is-
last episode,
my
the continuity issue.
My question is there a quick fix for this? As in, like, can the bowling group come together? I don't see, as in, like, you can be, it might look like we are being overly critical, but do you expect India to take 20 wickets without Bumrah on this tour in any of these pitches, except for Lords, maybe where you might find some spice? In a ground like Edgbaston, where you said India haven't won, and last time England chased down their highest total, 378 odd runs. Do you see India picking 20 wickets without Bumrah?
No. Then the other thing is, then your batters have to outscore England batters.
Now that's also asking too much of the batting group, right?
Why?
A young batting group,
Why?
which has scored
Again,
800 runs.
that young batting group
Who are the
tag
youngsters
is,
in the batting group?
that
Batao mere
young
ko.
batting group tag should be thrown out.
Shubman Gill.
Shubman Gill is young. Yeah, as
23.
When did he make his debut?
When did he make his debut? For how long he has played?
Sai Sudarshan.
Sai Sudarshan, again a horrible call by the way. Just saying.
Yashasvi Jaiswal.
Yeah,
Jaiswal is your best batter. He's not young anymore.
Debut
He
in
Rishabh
22.
Rishabh Pant is the best test wicket batter right now.
Karun Nair.
Karun Nair, you give him a chance. I don't know why he's batting at number 6. He should be batting at number
Because
4,
he's
number
idea.
3.
Okay, quick fix.
There's-
Offer a quick fix for this.
There's no quick
What's
fix.
your 11?
My play, I told you. There will be no Bumrah, there will be no Prasidh.
The batting order stays.
Yeah, batting order says.
Including Sai Sudarshan at 3.
I heard rumors that Shai Sudarshan was not fit for this test match. He got injured while fielding.
I think he has started fielding again from what our
One of those
reporters-
bathroom slips, I guess.
Hey, I think there was a slight injury. when he
No,
was
if
fielding.
you ask me, there's one batting के लिए तो एक solution है मेरे पास. Simple. Remove Sai,
Karun at 3.
Karun at 3 and Nitish Reddy batting at number 6 for you. Jadeja at number 7. And then this same bowling lineup with no Prasidh, Bumrah and Shardul. Shardul की जगह पे you bring Kuldeep. Bumrah की जगह पे you bring Arshdeep. And Prasidh की जगह पे you bring Akashdeep.
Oh, that's a mega change. Yeah.
Hit the
That's
panic.
entirely.
He's broken the panic button.
He said that there is no quick fix and he's changed everything.
Yeah.
This is what Indian management is.
No. They do not do this.
Yeah.
They back their favorite players.
Yeah, but they say something and then they do something else.
No, what I am saying is, ki if you believe that you can win this test match, I'm sorry, you're living in a fool's paradise. But
this
you
test
have
match or this test series?
this test match. Let's talk about this test match. The series, you have got 3 more matches to look forward. My simple problem is, like Akshay said, can we pick 20 wickets without Bumrah? एक कोशिश तो करके देख लो. Try it out.
What other option do you have apart from picking 20 wickets?
No, you are not picking 20 wickets. You could not pick 20 wickets with Bumrah in the side. So you should try the other option. And the panic button, to, as we said, every series we play, we press the panic button.
What about you, Kingshuk?
Karun at 3. Nitish at 6.
Bowling group stays.
Same bowling attack, bar Shardul, bring in Kuldeep.
What about you, Akshay?
I would give
See,
some consistency to that bowling attack. Pata hai?
I would have done the same. See, like I told you, I wouldn't have Prasidh here. I needed a bowler who can bowl fuller. Let Prasidh take his time, work on his lengths and come back. Maybe later in the test series when they need him. I'd get Arshdeep or Akash in place of Prasidh and Kuldeep in place of Shardul, and the rest I don't touch. The
So
batting
Bumrah
group.
plays?
Bumrah plays. Of
Bumrah
course,
has to
see,
play.
my thing is,
We cannot go
you
2-0
cannot
down.
say that, oh, Bumrah will play only in favourable conditions. You need your best bowler to crack open a match
No,
for you.
It is not.
If you have to bowl 40 overs in 3 tests, bowl 40 overs in 3 tests. Then don't say that, oh, I'm going to play only 3 tests. Don't have this. See, James Anderson picks up 5 wicket hauls in Chennai. He doesn't say, okay, it's Chennai, I'm not going
Oh,
to play.
how many 5-wicket hauls is Anderson picked up in India?
Has he not bowled well in the later
No,
of his spell? I'm just
how many
saying,
wickets?
I'm not coming for stats here. I'm
No,
saying,
I'm not
if,
asking about
if,
stats.
if it's your best bowler, he can't hide from a tough pitch.
No, but
he has to lead from the front.
Broad and Anderson hit their whole life. They did not play entire series. You are bringing the wrong example. That is what I'm saying.
Anderson, I think, has consistently played in India, hasn't he?
No. He played 1 test match and did not play 2 test matches. That is what I'm telling you. They used to manage the workload.
Yeah, that was some workload management nonsense under Joe Root and Silverwood, I think.
Yeah.
But I am saying, if he is your best bowler, he can't hide from tough challenges.
No, he never hiding.
But
He was the one who rose up in Australia.
of course, but if you have to, you're 1-0 down already,
And
if you go 2-0 down, I don't see any way back.
And I agree with you, but if I may say, even if you were in some chance of putting up a fight in this test match, was because Bumrah picked up a 5-wicket haul despite so many catches
nobody
being
is
dropped.
denying anything.
So you can't blame Bumrah.
No, I'm saying don't hide him from the challenge.
No,
He has to say, if he was about to be your captain, then he has to say, I'm playing this match.
He's not your captain. He said it earlier.
If he commands that much authority, if he can say that I'm going to play only 3 test matches, if Hardik Pandya can say that, if Hardik Pandya comes and says tomorrow that I'm going to play only 3 test matches, he'll be thrown out. The very
But
fact that
I
he
don't
has
think
not said that I don't want to play test matches is why, we see what is happening
But
with
the
him.
idea is also that you don't commit the same mistakes with Bumrah and make him miss multiple world
So,
tournaments.
I just wish that AB de Villiers ka YouTube show ka comment comes true. I just hope that India are planning to play a surprise, play Bumrah in all 5 tests, get him to play, crack open. See, India to go 2-1 up from here. 4th test, Bumrah has played all 3. You go 2-1 up from here. And also, one more thing I want to say. I just don't want to say that I just don't want to discount the wicket-taking ability of the others. Like we all have pointed out, Kuldeep comes in and we have never seen what Kuldeep has done to a bass-bowling team in England.
Has Kuldeep ever lost a test match?
I don't
I think
so.
Oh no, New Zealand. Yes, New Zealand.
Yeah, he
home,
played a test match.
at home.
Did he play?
Which one did he
Yes.
play?
Mumbai
It's
Test.
Chennai, I think.
Chennai में तो खेला ही नहीं. It was Bangalore.
Bangalore. Yes,
Bombay.
Bangalore. He played Bangalore.
Bangalore was a
Oh,
seaming
Bangalore
track.
में तो they did not let him
After
bowl
that,
only.
after that injury.
46 all out.
So what happened? I'm saying this. Let's not discount. Even if Bumrah is not playing, if they decide Bumrah is not going to play, let's back the young bowling group. As in, like Kuldeep hasn't had the chance to bowl against this bass bowling England team, as they call. In white ball cricket, though, he has royally taken care of them. But can he do the same in England? As in, like, can he do the same? You need to use them as attacking options.
I think Leeds में how you saw na how this inconsistent bounce was there.
Whatever you say, Duckett didn't want to defend Jadeja. Ben Stokes didn't want to defend
Duckett
Jadeja.
never that team doesn't defend anymore.
Stokes didn't want to defend
They
Jadeja.
only respected Bumrah and Siraj's opening spell.
I think Kuldeep's inclusion, and maybe if, like you said, if Bumrah is not there, the others might be forced to step up. They will think that, okay, we don't have that cushion with us. We need to hit the lens. We need to take up more responsibility. Something like that might happen, like how it happened in the Champions Trophy.
Again, I'm telling you, I have always seen this Indian team when they
वो इंग्लैंड में एक वेन्यू में नहीं खेल रहे ना.
whenever
कौन
this,
सा venue है वो?
इंग्लैंड में we're not playing in just one venue.
which venue?
Southampton.
We can't compare it to Champions Trophy.
Oh.
Where you
No,
played
so
in Dubai.
What I was saying is
Yeah.
कि this Indian team, whenever I have seen this team in a position where you feel that it's down and out, and they are not the favorites, they come out better. They attack better, they play better.
Throughout December, January, November, we expected this.
No, but you were not completely out of the equation. You had the likes of Rohit, King Ro,
Even
King
in the
Virat.
last test, you had an opportunity to draw the series and
Yeah.
beat in the Border Gavaskar Trophy.
Yeah.
But you know what? I just think that this England, we shouldn't be, overhyping this England side. As in, like you
This is
pointed
not
out,
a good England side.
their batting maybe yes, but their bowling is still a little untested.
And what batting?
And with Jofra Archer coming back, I just...
See, England batting, okay.
Can Jofra bowl 20 overs in a day?
Nobody knows.
Even Jofra.
He did not really bowl well in Champions Trophy. Like the burst was very good and then he faded away.
IPL, he did very well in the IPL.
4 overs.
Exactly.
4 overs. So.
And then he bowled in one county game. One
First
innings.
county games in the last
But
3-4 years, I think.
4 years.
But maybe they can afford to use Archer like that.
Yes. A
Because
burst
they have
of
got,
3 overs, 4
they got
overs.
Joe Stung who can clean the tail.
Yeah.
They've got Chris Vokes who
And
can
they've
bowl
got their
well.
best fast bowler now, Ben Stokes.
Ben Stokes, yeah, he's bowling the best
Yeah,
he has
Ben
bowled.
Stokes bowling so well is a problem.
Yeah, that is a big problem.
With England first innings bowling attack was quite bad, bar how Ben Stokes bowled in that innings.
Yeah.
Yes. And Carson Tung suddenly woke up from slumber. Bowled really well. We have to
Yeah,
give credit to
Tung
them.
did what he's known for.
Yeah.
He cleaned up the tail in both the innings.
Yeah.
So that is what he's known for.
I don't think England's bowling attack is that great. I don't think England's batting attack is that great also. See, Ollie Pope has already hit a century. He's not going to do anything in this series.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, every single series he will start well and then do
But
nothing.
Joe Root is coming back.
And Duckett is a big problem. Yeah. As in, like,
When did Duckett become a problem?
he has
for
always
us?
been a problem. He scored 100 in India also. Good batter.
That's good.
No, some 158. I remember. the
150
score.
was in Hyderabad,
Hyderabad.
which they won.
Yes. He's a good batter. As in, like, you have to give credit where it's due. Playing that, that Bumrah, the way he played Bumrah in the second innings was also very good. As in, like, I think you wrote a copy on that.
Very un-Duckett like.
People can go and read, unlike his. But if we are talking about your copies, we need a prediction from you, King. For the rest of the series. Quickly before you go. So the playing 11 stays the same, right? As in the playing 11 is what?
So we have.
He has made sweeping changes.
I have made 4 or 5 changes.
We have
Seven
the same
changes.
playing 11. No,
Yeah. I have Kuldeep in place of Shardul.
I have removed Sai Sudarshan. from
Yes,
that. Yeah.
yes.
Different.
Just for the sake of consistency, like the things that we pointed out, you can't give a youngster one match and throw him out. I wouldn't do that with Prasidh as well. But then you need to make those changes to get wickets. 20 wickets is more important. And Sai, hopefully he'll get runs. He scored 30 odd runs.
Siraj has to step up.
Siraj has to
He
step
was
up.
bowled well, but bowling well and picking up wickets are two different
Yes.
things.
Maybe when he is given the leader tag. Probably like how he did in Brisbane. Shardul and him battling for a 5-wicket haul in that first innings. Shardul took that catch, I think, Siraj's 5-wicket haul.
Yeah.
Brisbane. Yeah. Prediction and what will happen in Birmingham. Prediction for the rest of the series and what will happen in Birmingham.
I still think it's 2-1 England. And I think Birmingham is a draw, I think, for me.
Draw
Birmingham is going to be a
in this England test side, I don't think there will be a draw.
If India would have played well, the first test would have been a draw.
It didn't happen, right?
It didn't happen. Yeah, that's true.
Saurabh, you?
I don't see India winning one test match. I'm very, very afraid to be very fair with you.
0-5.
No, but not 0-5. I will give it 3-1, one draw on test.
One round due to rain.
Where is it coming? Manchester?
Next test.
Birmingham?
Yeah.
थोड़ा बारिश करा देंगे.
Yeah.
What's your prediction?
No Bumrah in Birmingham. India beat England by 6 wickets.
And then you wake up from your dream.
Yeah.
Dream is over.
Siraj
Like
with a
Bumrah's injury.
10-wicket match haul.
10-wicket innings, both innings.
Match haul. And Kuldeep doing well. I just hope Kuldeep
I desperately
plays.
want Kuldeep to do well.
I just want to see how England bats ball against Kuldeep. Not the Kuldeep of the old. Not the KKR Kuldeep who broke down after an assault from
Even the
Moeen.
DC Kuldeep got hammered this year.
KKR Kuldeep was with Brendan McCullum, I think.
Yes.
So there is some revenge angle there also.
Yes.
So that could be it.
You can
by the
write
way.
your copy from somewhere picking up a hook.
Yeah.
Yeah. But on a good note, Saurabh,
Yeah.
you have given up hopes. India are not.
No, it's not about giving up hopes. I'm again telling you, I'm not hopeless against this team. I'm hopeless against this management
Yeah, same.
and their decisions.
Yeah. I'm on the same boat.
I don't hate Gambhir, but I'm confused as to what he wants and what he says. Because all time he comes up and says, I am a proud Indian, I do this for the country. Everybody is playing for the country. Every cricketer is playing for the country.
Yeah, like they say it like it's some novelty. Like there are like 10 people left in India who are very proud of being Indian and they are doing it for their country.
Our coach should realize he's no more MP of political party. He's not contesting an election. He's the coach of Indian national men's cricket team.
Yeah.
And the moment his team starts producing results, his patriotism will be proved. So that is the most important job for you. You and your coaching group, the bowling coach, the fielding coach, the batting coach, do your job, back these players. And when, like you said, when these team does not have senior players, you should be making those calls from the dressing room. You should be helping them.
Yeah.
You should have give more tips.
Gambhir only talks in these press conferences when he has to shut down a reporter. He chirps against them.
And what was that press conference? Sorry, I'm just deviating a bit. What was that? Was it against Pant? Like Akshay wrote the copy.
It wasn't.
You could have interpreted it in many ways.
You could have interpreted.
But whatever it was, that question, so telling someone you could have asked a better question was not right at all when you have not allowed that person to ask the question.
Yeah, exactly.
Completely.
Yeah.
You listen to it. Okay, I'm okay. Is your question over? Then you say this. Okay, I agree. You have a opinion to express. Yeah, done. But I think that it was a ref sports journalist. He couldn't even finish one line of his question.
No, he was not allowed to.
And you say that, this question should have been framed better. I would have asked a better question. Something like that. You should have asked it in a better way.
आ जाओ commentary में आ जाओ.
Yeah.
Coaching का क्या जरूरत है? Not like you're succeeding.
Yeah.
Put somebody else in and come to
that
commentary.
is the biggest problem. If you compare Gambhir the commentator with
No,
Gambhir the
vastly
coach,
different.
it looks like if you give Gambhir the commentator one chance, he will go and slap Gambhir the coach 10 times every day.
Yeah.
Every day he'll go and slap him. Oh, what are you saying? What is this? What is that? That is what it looks like.
I am still waiting for an all India support staff.
My another problem is
that is still to be seen.
That's
my
what
another
happened.
problem is you're playing for the country, or you're not even playing for the country. This is not even a registered sports here. This is a private entity for which you're playing for. I don't know where all this comes from. Be professional. That's what you're expected to. You feel patriotic. You don't play to feel patriotic. That's a feeling that you get.
Yeah, wasn't Rahul Dravid patriotic? You could see that patriotism when he lifted that cup and he celebrated the way he celebrated.
Yes.
That is what you have to do, Gambhir.
Rahul Dravid never came out and claimed to be patriotic or asked people to be patriotic or whatever.
Yeah, that is what we loved about that Gambhir, Dravid and Rohit coaching tenure.
Yeah.
When they
Very
realized,
somber.
they realized what they had to make the changes on.
Yeah.
They made the changes and they delivered.
And probably when these two guys, Virat and Ravi, were there, they kind of embodied what New India was. At that point when we
They
were
were
still
back India.
Yeah, like when you still thought that okay, this thing has done, but we can conquer new avenues as well. That was good. But on an optimistic note, Saurabh, before we head into the second test in Birmingham starting Wednesday, the verdict from here is done. I'm the only person who has backed an Indian win.
Yeah,
So-
it should going to
So
be
it's
draw.
a win, it's a draw, it's a
Draw.
You also said draw. not
Birmingham.
loss.
No.
Both of you have picked Birmingham
So I'm
draws.
saying we will draw this. We'll win one more.
Yeah. Both of you have picked
And then we
Birmingham
lose.
draws.
It's
So
been
I
a
need
very
to
hot
see.
England, so I want some rain for people to relax, go out to their like cafes, enjoy some rain sounds, have some coffee.
Great.
Why stress so much? It's a
Yeah,
long
why?
series,
Yeah.
many more matches to be played. Just relax a little bit in England. Take things slow living.
On that note, we need to ask our listeners and viewers their feedback as well, and what they think about all this mohol that Gambhir has been creating, and the team management. Like he pointed out, whether they should be held accountable probably by the end of the series, and what happens to India's pace battery. Is there a future for this Indian pace battery? You can send in your thoughts on 8588966996. If you're listening to us on Spotify and Apple Podcast, please do rate us. And like we always say, if you're watching us on YouTube, please leave your feedback. We will be more than happy to learn where we need to improve and what we are doing good. Thank you. Have a great Birmingham test.